We all know the Scottish play. The ambition, the tragedy, the guilt. But what if, and stay with me here, what if the entire cast was made up of crudely drawn rabbits?
That's pretty much the premise of Andy Meyer and Nick Holloway's MacBinky.
Exactly. So today we are deep diving into this very specific retelling where the sound and fury signifies something, oh, something much, much weirder.
It creates this amazing dissonance, doesn't it? You have the bare bones of Shakespeare's plot, the prophecy, the murder, all of that.
Right.
But it's all wrapped in this like absurdist humor and a very specific, almost low-budget sketchbook feel. It just strips all the gravitas away.
And it starts immediately. The absurdity just kicks in from the first scene. MacBinky meets the witches.
Yeah, but they're not exactly the weird sisters we know.
Not at all. Banquo just turns and asks, who are those ugly babes? Later, they're even called the prophetic ugly babes. It just, yanks the supernatural right down to earth.
And yet they still give him the prophecy that he'll be Thane of Cawdor.
Spelled C-O-W door.
Of course. And then king. But the real shift here isn't the prophecy itself. It's the reason for the murder.
Oh, this is the best part. In Shakespeare, killing Duncan is this huge violation of the natural order.
Here, King Duncan is a rat and a fink.
Why? Not because he's a tyrant, but because he listens to Barry Manilow.
That's it. Having bad taste in 70s soft rock is apparently a capital offense in the world of MacBinky. It just completely trivializes the whole idea of ambition.
And Lady MacBinky, she just dials that aggression all the way up. She gets the letter and doesn't just ask spirits to unsex her.
No, it's much more direct. She wishes a Swedish surgeon would remove her female parts so she can be more manly. Such a specific, almost clinical way of putting it.
She just bullies him, calls him a wimp, which pushes him into the dagger scene, but even that is off.
It's less about guilt and more like a bad trip.
Totally. He sees the dagger, sure, but then he also sees butterflies and blames the whole thing on little green pills.
So the high drama is just constantly being undercut by these, rabbit-sized confusions.
And that confusion just spirals. He kills Banquo, but then when he goes back to the witches, the pop culture references really start piling up.
Oh, yeah. They and Heki just start throwing out random signs, like number 42.
A clear Hitchhiker's Guide reference.
They're just throwing everything at him. But they do giving that one key piece of information, the classic line.
No man born of woman can harm him. And he just latches onto that. He thinks he's invincible.
Meanwhile, his wife is completely unraveling. But she's not just sleepwalking.
No, she's wandering the castle quoting dish soap commercials from the 80s.
The Marge, I soaked in it line. It's just so bizarre. A tragedy filtered through late-night television.
And that bleeds right into the final siege. Malcolm and Macduff use the Burnham Wood camouflage.
But they frame it through Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Malcolm literally tells his soldiers to pick up a bush.
It's like the play knows the strategy itself is kind of silly and just leans into it.
Which brings us to the final confrontation. This is where the whole rabbit thing stops being a visual gag and becomes the actual plot.
Right. MacBinky is gloating. He's totally safe, he thinks, because of the born of woman prophecy.
And then Macduff drops the bomb. It's the ultimate loophole.
He just screams, I'm a rabbit. My mother was a rabbit. She wasn't a woman, you imbecile.
And that's it. The prophecy was technically true.
No man born of woman. A rabbit born of a rabbit. Totally fair game.
It's a perfect deconstruction. In Shakespeare, it's a C-section loophole. Here, it's a species loophole. Fate is just a bunch of technicalities you didn't read closely enough.
And the epilogue is just as weirdly bureaucratic. MacBinky dies and goes to Los Angeles.
The witches start a cooking show.
And Malcolm spends the rest of his life trying to figure out what he wants to be when he grows up. The grand destiny just kind of fizzles out.
It just goes to show context is everything. Change the species, and the tragedy just becomes a complete farce.
It also proves that if you're going to bet your life on a prophecy, you really need to clarify the terms.
Always read the fine print.
Exactly, and I'm stuck on that one detail. MacBinky, a murderous tyrant, dies, and his punishment is Los Angeles. Is the play saying LA is the official afterlife for villainous rabbits? Something to think about the next time you're stuck in traffic on the 405. Thanks for diving in with us.